Hello, everyone. Hope you guys can hear me well. Please give some thumbs up if the sound is coming out clearly. Oh, that is awesome. I'm gonna be speaking from the community profile as we had some sound issues previously. But it's me, Yensei, here, and hello, everyone. And yeah, again, welcome to the community call number 10. Um, This call is quite intentionally operational. In the last two calls, we spent time on structural risk decisions, DAO managed votes, summer liquidity, and meta governance. And today is about the plumbing that supports all of that. How governance actually executes, how we respond under stress, and how we incentivize people doing real work in this DAO. So take it as always as coordination and alignment call, especially for recognized delegates here. To give a quick walkthrough of today's flow, we'll be talking we'll recap some of the recent governance actions and the active summer improvement proposals in place. Aerodrome meta governance update. I see Brian and Master Mojo has joined us as well, so we'll be talking with them through the meta governance update. Then I believe Dixon from SEAL 911 has joined us as well, so we'll be talking about SEAL Safe Harbor and incident response, which I'm super excited about, and we'll be also talking about the delegate rewards. And maybe I would like to keep this as a main discussion point on this call. And of course, as always, there will be an open floor for questions. And to be honest, at any moment, if anybody feels like you have a question that you want to pose up, please do so just by raising your hand, and I'll bring you up to the floor. I will try to guide us through each section here, and I will, of course, actively pull in folks where it makes sense. If someone drops or can't join, there will be, as always, a recap posted on the forum as well as recording. So let me start by doing a recap here. Not really to litigate decisions, but to make sure we are aligned on what kind of governance cadence we are settling into. What you'll notice across these SIPs is a theme, routine execution, and not necessarily a one-off heroics here, as we like to call it. So there is an SIP live on Telly to vote on. It's SIP 557. This is a January referral payout. And this SIP is about continuity. The referral program was approved under SIP 5.5. January is now closed, and users earned rewards. This SIP simply authorizes payout via Merkle. Some key facts here. There is a 59,000 Summer tokens being distributed under this vote. If it passes, or once it passes, there is 1.86 thousand USDC, around 666 recipients, no contract changes, and it's fully predefined distribution, as we got used to in previous beach club or referral payouts. What else? We have SIP 313.1, which is governance B2 work rewards. This is specifically focused on the USDC for the month of January. This one is important culturally as well. Governance B2 work rewards are now live, and January was the first full month. We did have a distribution in December, but when it comes to a full month rewards, this is the first one. So to recap, 20% of the protocol revenue is being distributed to locked summer participants. This is paid in yield-bearing LV USDC now for the first time as well, meaning all these rewards are automatically deposited into the base USDC lower risk vault. and those receipts are being distributed to users. So if you don't claim immediately, or even if you claim them from within the vault, and essentially earning yield both in additional USDC and Summer. Again, as always, this is distributed by Merkle. And maybe, I don't know, I think Chris is here as well. Is there anything worth flagging from a technical or execution perspective here?
Hey all, and thanks, Shanti. I think that the only thing in there is, and I put a note in the vote, I think as well, that there was an instruction to the foundation to bridge USDC over in order to pay for that. That bridging should be completed either later today or tomorrow, because there's still delays on the spoke chains and so on. So you may see the simulations fail at the moment, but as soon as that bridging has gone through, the simulation should then pass, and so on. Was all tested with smaller amounts and so on, and then we just corrected it to the full amounts. So yeah, and from a technical point of view, that's really the only major thing to highlight on there at the moment.
Sounds good. Thank you so much. I did actually reach out also to Telly, asking them if there is a way how to re-simulate a proposal. So after these bridging transactions will be done, I think we should be able to re-simulate the proposal and make sure that everything is in order before the execution of this proposal. So thank you, Chris, for this. Next up on the Telly, we have SIP 0.2, which is the Guardian module. So to briefly discuss this, I think it's quite important in one of our next topics here. So basically, this SIP establishes a Guardian module. It's narrowly scoped, it's emergency only, it's fully accountable and time-bounded as well. Basically, these guardians will be selected for the maximum amount that at the moment is allowed by the governor, which is 180 days. And I believe there were also some comments in the forum, sort of proposing to have sort of liveness check from time to time, maybe even sort of adding a proposer to the multisig that can trigger these liveness checks, and also like sort of measure the response time of these guardians randomly, which I think is a great way to keep sort of guardians accountable. So I really like that. I believe this was Brian proposing that. So thank you, Brian, for that. Let's see. I think. Of course, there are quite a few additional discussions bubbling on the forum. I won't summarize all of them now on this call, but if you are a delegate, community member, or just a curious mind as well, please check forum.summer.fi/latest, and you can see what is being discussed at the moment. Maybe we can jump straight to the Aerodrome meta governance update. A quick reset for anyone newer. Meta governance on Aerodrome is about acquiring the Aero tokens, directing emissions essentially ourselves as the DAO towards the Summer USDC pool on Aerodrome and reducing long-term incentive spend. I would like to invite Brian or Mojo here, and ask you to walk us through what's been executed so far, what votes we are participating in, and where you think the DAO should win next.
Hey guys, I just shared the latest transparency report in the chat, and just a quick update. I believe we were funded last week, the AMC multisig, Aerodrome meta governance multisig. We did a couple of swaps, bought some Aero, and we're currently sitting on 114,000 Aero. across like 5 NFTs, which we acquired at an average 9.72% discount. We still have about 31,000 Aero on base, as well as 8 wrapped ETH on the multisig. Unfortunately, price action has not been too favorable for ETH, so we'll continue to sort of look at the best time to sort of swap this for the remaining amount for Aero. So far, we have completed 2 votes. There was an epoch that ended yesterday. I believe it was yesterday or today. And the previous week as well. And both of these were voting towards the Summer USDC pool on Aero. And just a quick update. There's a lot more nuance on the transparency report, but not much to report apart from that.
Thank you so much. Yeah, I think I just shared the present stats of the VRL votes on this epoch. I think it's great to continue sort of pushing these incentives towards the pool as the protocol owned liquidity grows. Maybe one thing that I would like to mention here as well. Yesterday there was a transaction executed that was coming from Arcadia multisig, and here we basically forwarded all the Aero rewards receiving from the protocol-owned liquidity via Arcadia directly to go, instead of the DAO, to go into meta governance of Aerodrome, so they can be actively used and again sort of pushed towards the Summer USDC. So there are some Aero tokens already that have been accrued in the Lazy Summer DAO treasury, and maybe down the road this could be also moved to the Aerodrome meta governance multisig. Yeah, thank you so much, Brian, for this. Next up, unless there are any questions regarding meta governance here, I would like to continue to the seal safe harbor and incident response. I think maybe to recap a little bit the RFC there, the seal safe harbor agreement authorizes vetted white hats to intervene during active exploits. It requires all funds to be returned as per settings and provides capped predefined bounties as well. Also offers legal clarity so people can act fast. This seems to be already an industry standard across Uniswap, Balancer, Pendle, ZK Sync, and others. Dixon, thank you for joining. I would like to hand it to you, maybe to explain to our community seal 911, share maybe some real examples of recoveries that you guys went through, and maybe walk us through how Safe Harbor works in practice.
Yeah, sure. Thanks. I guess basically like the mission of Seal is just to protect the future of crypto and just crypto in general. I guess like Seal 911 is our most famous initiative where we basically like whenever a protocol is hacked or even when people are hacked, you can just go over to Seal 911 bot and Seal 911 will help you guys. Basically either trying to freeze the funds, trying to stem the bleeding by freezing the contracts, trying to cause analysis, etc. I guess like this is how Steel initially started. Because basically, everyone was kept messaging Sam and then Sam CC Sun, and then eventually it was way too much for him, so he just brought in a couple of friends, and eventually that's how C9 was formed. I guess from C9 another one of the incidents that's that occurred that we were watching was the Nomad hack. And what happened during the Nomad hack was basically like, if I recall correctly, the bridge contract, there was something the root of the proof, if I recall correctly, basically was set to like 0 or something, and basically anyone can just come in and just claim just take money. The problem was that basically white hats were just standing on the sidelines just watching the money being drained, because if they were to intervene, then legally it's very risky for them, and all the legal counsels of like basically a security firm was like, yeah, we shouldn't be white hacking it, because no one can still sue us. So I guess this is how the Safe Harbor initiative was born, was because, well, let's create a legal framework such that nobody could just agree ahead of time, or any protocol can agree ahead of time, to just be like, hey, if we are being hacked actively, then basically we will not sue you guys. Please just save us. So I guess I guess from there, I think we launched approximately 2 years ago, and I guess now we have over 24 protocols that have adopted, including the protocols that Jinsei mentioned, which is like Bouncer, Aave, Uniswap, and a bunch of other protocols. Actually, you can see the number of protocols adopted here. I guess overall, I think it's pretty straightforward. It's just it's just some legal, some legal shenanigans in order to say, hey, it's just some legal language saying, hey, if we're being hacked, please, white hats, please come in and save us. Yeah, I mean, I think overall, it's a very simple process where ahead of time, Summer.fi will just say which assets, which smart contracts that they want to be protected, and then if a incident were to occur, then where do you send the funds back, and after the funds are sent, then what is the process for rewarding the white hats as well. So you can give a bounty to the white hats, and if you want to give a bounty, just like a bug bounty, you can also set do you want them to be KYC, do you want it to be anonymous, etc., etc. And so yeah, I think that overall, it's a new standard for the industry, and we hope for more protocols to adopt it. Yeah.
That's awesome. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for sharing this with us. I'm super excited about this, and I clearly see a growing need, over the past years in the crypto space for such agreements. And I know myself, just by being an observant, on the crypto Twitter, seeing how many people always end up tagging either you guys or before, really, as you said, Sam, and trying to be like, oh, could you please save us? And then it makes a lot of sense for you guys also to be protected and make sure that this is an agreement that is signed with the DAO. I really love the flow that you guys have set up, and it seems like it would be a great feature, I believe, for the Lazy Sound protocol to adopt this agreement. Any of you guys have any questions here regarding the seal safe harbor agreement? I believe, of course, the next step when it comes to the proposal will be, so right now it's in the request for comment. So also, if you have any questions, please do ask them now. Otherwise, of course, go into the forum and do that. I believe the next step would be to bring it into summer improvement proposals. I guess we have to make sure to specify all the relevant smart contracts. Is there anything else that we should keep in mind when preparing this for the governance vote, Dixon?
I think as long as all the terms are set, which is basically who are the contacts during the hack. I guess which addresses do you send back to? Which smart contracts do you want to be put into scope? What bounty percentage do you want to have? What cap do you want to put it at? We recommend to just put the cap equal to your bug bounty maximum, such that there's no differing incentives. I think that's it.
Sounds good. All right. So if anybody has any questions, please raise your hands here. I see Brian. Please go ahead.
Hi, I'm sorry if I missed it, but quick question on how Seal sort of handles incident, like any incidents. Is there active monitoring? Is there someone assigned to each protocol to check regularly if anything is off or wrong? Sort of how do you guys sort of handle that process?
Yeah, I guess when you're agreeing to this, I guess just some background first. When any protocol is agreeing to this, it's not an agreement directly with Seal. It's more of an agreement. It's like a unilateral agreement with all white hats in the space. So Seal, we don't do any particular monitoring because there are a lot of protocols that should do it outside. In fact, like for example, like in the balancer hack, what happened is that we had white hats that happened to be in Seal as well. But those white hats, basically, they were able to detect the malicious contract ahead of time, like on deployment, and then they were able to fuzz it first, and then they were by doing that, they were able to find the attack path, and they were able to attack actually save the funds before the attacker did. But the attacker came in, and there was some technical intricacies, but basically there was more paths in the fuzzing that it missed. But so the hacker still got a lot. But that was one instance of it. I think another instance is like in Makina, which happened I think just a couple of weeks ago. Basically, what happened was that I believe basically the attack contract was also deployed ahead of time. They obfuscated it very poorly, such that I think at least a couple of Metbots started farm running / just competing against each other. The result was that the Met builder ended up with a lot of the profit, and the Met builder was able to return the funds under the safe harbor agreement. In addition to that, I believe the validator got also a lot of money as well. But I guess in general, it's not really Seal that's it isn't really agreement with Seal. It's more of just an agreement for white hats in general. And as a result, you end up with scenarios where you have a lot of bots or just automated firms that's automated security firms that do the monitoring for us. But I guess in cases where we've had two instances where safe harbor was involved with rescuing funds. I guess in the future, there are instances where it will be Nomad, where it will be humans that they make the decision to actually come in and actually save the funds. And this is where safe harbor will shine the most.
Nice. And what about in terms of warning the affected protocol? What is there sort of any standardized lead time that is given protocols before white hats start to sort of rescue funds? Because Summer, for example, has a Guardian module which could technically pause certain smart contracts. So curious, is the priority to warn the protocol first, or is taking action the priority?
I guess the safe harbor agreement only takes into place when there's an urgent need. So if there's any instances where warning the protocol ahead of time can save funds, then that would be the safe harbor does not apply, right? So for example, if a white hat or someone found a security researcher found a critical bug in Summer, but then they can report it through bug bounty. They should not go ahead and just hack it, because that is not urgent, right? And therefore, safe harbor will not protect them. But if it's a case where a black hat comes in and is it's actively hacking the protocol, either they can see it in the mempool or they can see that the attack contract is deployed, then it's okay, well, even if I warn Summer ahead of time, there's no way they can react within 12 seconds, right? 12 seconds is one block on Ethereum. Or if I see it pending in the mempool, I literally have less than 12 seconds. So it's basically impossible. Therefore, in that case, you have to come in and actually white hat the funds and save the protocol. But in general, for bug bounties, stuff like that, yeah, 100% you should warn the protocol first.
That's great. That sounds very reasonable, and I really do appreciate you being here and sharing with us these details here that might have not been completely clear in the RFC. Actually, one question from me that I just thought about, because I was looking at the RFC and I can see that there is we had a poll also in terms of what level of identity disclosure should be required from white hats, and it seems like a majority is leaning towards pseudonymous followed by anonymous. And I wanted to ask you, how much identity disclosure is enough from your point of view? Because I do understand that privacy, when it comes to security researchers, are quite important here. Are there any differences from your perspective when it comes to, let's say, researchers either getting involved or not getting involved based on how much identity disclosure is required?
I think the ideal case is just being anonymous or pseudonymous. Like KYC, some protocols require it because they have legal. There are legal reasons why, because they don't want to accidentally send funds to DPRK or the OFAC sanctions, right? Although like if you're if you're actually DPRK, you wouldn't be white hatting the funds. You just black hat all the entire funds and not send anything back. So like in my opinion, it's I guess like in general, we encourage protocols to allow for anonymity and pseudonymity, such that we can protect those members of the security research community. But yeah, like but in general, it's up to the protocols. We have this option here because the protocols sometimes require it legally, so we're understanding of that.
That makes sense again. Maybe just on a side note, one quick question that I also was thinking about, and that's more sort of on the operational side of like who should basically own the post-incident coordination. So I guess also, as Brian mentioned, once the SIP 0.2 will go through, we'll have this Guardian module enabled, and then there are other actors, right? So like, of course, the DAO has most of the sort of power over the protocol. Then there are these guardians who have limited powers, of course, to do some actions when there is some sort of an emergency. And there is also Block Analytica, who is setting up risk caps for the votes that they create. So maybe I'm just curious, like how do you imagine the coordination to be happening so it's the most efficient one? I guess should there be created some sort of a chat group with all these actors together, so the coordination can be as smooth as possible? Or how, from your experience with other protocols, how do you guys coordinate the post-incident?
Well, post-incident, mostly it's either the protocol, it's usually security researchers finding out first and then telling the protocol, you got hacked. You should probably, usually what happens is that you just message the CL 911 bot, and then from there, CL will just start coordinating everything. We'll just create a war room and then say, okay, how much funds was lost? Okay, this much funds. Is it still under attack, or is everything basically over at this point? Was the cause, and such that, for example, for Balancer, V2 was hacked, but we want to check it. Is V3 is the source code is the actual vulnerability affecting V3 as well, or any other versions? What's V2? Okay. I guess basically at that point, the white hats can now return the funds, and we can make sure that both verify that the ones under safe harbor, you specify the asset recovery addresses, either send back to there, or you also just double check with the protocol, and then from there just return the funds, and then the protocol eventually will actually pay the bounty up. But there sometimes the protocol was just got hacked, so there might be more pressing things as well. But yeah, I think that in general it's the post recovery or post hack process looks like that.
Nice. Thank you so much. Okay, you know what, guys? Unless there are any other questions, I would move on to our next topic on this call. Again, thank you so much, Dixon, for participating here and sharing your knowledge here. It's really greatly appreciated. And let's then sort of coordinate on the forum as well, and we can bring this proposal into a SIP, and then of course bring it to an on-chain vote to see how the delegates feel about this. Next up, we have delegate rewards as a main discussion point here. I think the core tension is quite simple here. I believe we all want a high quality governance. Of course, the treasury reality is constrained, and symbolic rewards maybe don't necessarily retain serious contributions. I think this is really important to discuss, as it's about capacity really, and not about entitlement here. Right now, based on Curia's deep dive, it seems like 94% of the treasury value is in Summer tokens. There are some stable coins as well, and some Ether. the question is, I guess, here, how do we pay fairly without harming the protocol? If yeah, I see Catherine is here. I see you guys from Curia laid out this really clearly on the forum. Could you maybe walk us through why dynamic base pay is the right first step? How are you thinking about pacing this given the Treasury? And then I would invite, of course, all the delegates that are present on the call, and of course, and anybody else who would like to chime in. And yeah, hopefully we can explore how to progress sort of delegate rewards going forward into after February 2026.
Thank you for the intro, Janse. So first, I want to briefly recap where we are for everyone who hasn't been following the forum for PS2. So recently, Curia Lab was able to review the 2025 delegate rewards data, and we found that there was a clear structural issue where there was an inverse relationship between work and pay. So for busy months, like May, there was a very low pay per decision, while quiet months like June, which only had one proposal, we had the second, close to the second highest payout for the year, which was at 152 pay summer. So in other words, we were overpaying for silence while underpaying for actual governance work. And it seems like everyone was aligned with this. Everyone seemed aligned that it just needs fixing. So after posting that data, a couple of people were able to respond to the forum, which were Bumi Chuen, which agreed that the base pay mechanism itself was broken and that the dynamic pay model to scale down during low activity months seemed more logical. The other, that was in terms of structure, while the other idea in terms of value, which was highlighted by Master Mojo in the chat, that emphasized that quality work required quality pay. So Master Mojo was able to set the different tiers from $300 to potentially up to $1,500. So our position in this is that we agree with both, that we do need to have professional level pays, but it should be on top of a sustainable structure. So as of now, our treasury is heavy in summer with 94% in summer tokens and around 6% in the stable liquids, or around 16,000 US dollars. So if we rolled out the 1,500 years immediately, we definitely run out of money in just a few months. So with this, first thing we have to solve is the budget constraint. We have to figure out how much is the maximum sustainable amount we can pay per delegate as of today. Hopefully, it would be starting around $200 to $300 ideally per delegate. And second is we define the objective thresholds for low standard and high activity months so that the treasury is protected, and eventually plan for quality-based rewards on how to integrate this if ever we want to rewards impact and not just volume. So that was the first part of the equation. The second part is the quality side, where if we want to pay more than $300, we have to have better signals than the activity boost, the initial plus 20 comments and the 100% attendance alone, which is why we proposed the peer recognition score. So just a quick refresher on the peer recognition score. It doesn't measure how much you talk. It validates it measures who validates what you contribute. So endorsements from fellow delegates are weighted more than just random noise. And the idea is to replace the blunt quantitative boost with something more meaningful. So that said, we understand that PRS is something new, so we're cautious. And with that, Curia Lab has committed to having a PRS pilot for the next 3 to 6 months, which will be fully public and will have no impact on actual compensation, just to see whether our goal for this is to see whether the TRS actually does surface the most valuable delegates before actually before considering it to renew delegate for the future delegate compensation model. So, with that, action points on what we need to establish first would be, hopefully we get a delegate. So yeah, so to sum it up, I propose that we have a delegate incentive working group up and running to be able to solve the budget constraint, to define the activity thresholds, those two first. Yeah, and Curio Lab would be happy to facilitate this.
That's thank you so much for the overview here. I think that sounds great. I do think yeah, as also previously mentioned on the call, I think it would be nice to set up this sort of working group to really focus on making this framework to essentially polish the individual sort of items on the list of how the delegate rewards should be structured. I do see that you were also asking any members that would like to join this working group, and I think that would be great if we can sort of see more community response over there. And yeah, because basically the more heads, the more brains on this topic, the sooner we can finalize this structure. And I also do appreciate you guys this really sort of continuously reiterating on the PRS, and sort of also noticing, that this is a process. This is not the final thing, and you are willing to sort of iterate on that. And I think that's really great to see. Is there anybody here on the call that would like to pose any questions or chime into the discussion with your thoughts around this structure going forward?
No, I just wanted to jump in and say, I like the current model that's being proposed there by Curia. We just got to take our time and think about this before we all agree on something.
The current one, you mean sort of the proposed mandate down there in the forum comments? Is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. Yeah. And I just wanted to throw out there, has it been thought about as the rewards as something either vested or locked for locked summer? Is it possible to give something like that out?
That's an interesting thought. So this would be like some sort of a staked summer, essentially? Or more like sort of a vested summer that would go besides
either or. I just wanted to throw that out there just as another possibility.
Yeah, I think that's also an interesting thing to explore. It would also, of course, I guess, slow down the pressure, the sell pressure on the summer side.
Yeah, that would be the logic there, especially since the value of summer has been hit with this price action lately.
Any other thoughts? I see also Guillermo from Blockful attending this call. Have you guys maybe what are some of the things that you guys observed from Blockful in other DAOs, and how they are sort of structuring their delegate rewards? Do you have any thoughts on that? Okay, You know what? I think it would be best to sort of, yeah, as also proposed by Kyria, to create a small working group that will be focused on putting this out to a more structured sort of RFC proposal for the next iteration of this framework. And I'm really looking forward to that. And of course, I'm here to help you guys coordinate this as well and contribute with everything that I got. Of course, in terms of these delegate responsibilities. I see Massimo posting that 10K Summer is now at $48. Yeah, that's very valid point. This the price action and the move of the Ether is definitely not helping us these days. I see Brian raising their hand. Please go ahead.
Yeah. Sorry, I didn't realize I was on mute. Just wanted to highlight a few observations. Namely that we don't usually have trouble reaching quorum. I think most of the time we usually get 3, maybe 2 or 3x over quorum. So yeah, usually like delegate incentives are sort of there to combat, voter apathy or like trouble reaching quorum. So I think part of the mandate should be to assess, why, what the incentives are trying to incentivize for, right? And unfortunately, I haven't had the chance to read the thread that Mojo shared. But yeah, I think we can also perhaps take a page from Arbitrum's current delegate reward program, where there's different tiers of compensation based on the type of proposal. Obviously with things that are more important, getting you higher sort of pay. We obviously, like, Summer is very active in terms of like governance activity, but yeah, maybe we can assess which proposals are more where it's more important to get voting power. Stuff like referral campaigns might not be necessary to receive compensation for, but more important SIPs where we definitely can risk not having quorums, should definitely be up for compensation. But yeah, key call to action is sort of figuring out what exactly we're incentivizing for. And I apologize since I didn't read the thread, but yeah, sort of figuring out what exactly we're incentivizing for, since delegate rewards have historically been sort of a countermeasure for voter apathy, as well as like sometimes not being able to reach quorum. Just figuring out what we're incentivizing for, and sort of creating better incentive system depending on the importance of the governance vote that is happening.
Thank you for chiming in. Yeah, I see. That's an interesting thought to sort of look at the different SIPs that we have, right? Like this goes across SIP 0 to SIP 5 with different sort of topics as the governance process, fleet management, ARC management, token rewards, right? The governance parameters and special governance proposals. And yeah, maybe tiering those up as well and see. I would be actually curious to then see if such a method would be enacted, if there would be a difference in the voter participation, if some of these proposals would not be sort of reimbursed for, or maybe that's just a decrease in how much sort of rewards flow, how much sort of weight, right, is assigned to these proposals. Catherine, do you have any thoughts on this? Like, have you guys considered sort of looking at different importance sort of levels for different proposals, and how that could be distinguished?
Actually, that sounds like a great idea. And that was one of the things that we were looking at in terms of maybe solutions for the incentive problem that we're having right now. Um, yeah, but that's something that we have to stay look into. So, thank you for that suggestion.
Yeah, I think also, Brian, you mentioned the sort of the difficulty or sort of how much tokens it takes to reach a quorum on the DAO. And maybe I'd like to invite Halaprix if you have just some thoughts around that, and maybe tell us why we see a different quorum under V2 compared to V1. Is this just simply directly connected to the supply of the staked summer tokens, or where does the quorum comes from in the governance V2?
Yeah, so you've answered the question. That's the whole magic. Like in V1, the quorum was based on the supply of the summer token, but in V2, it's based on the supply of the staked summer token. So only the people that staked or have the vesting wallets can vote. So that's it.
In your opinion, is there any other way how the quorum could be calculated while still like sort of making sure that it's still functional?
I can barely hear you.
Oh, sorry. Is it better now? I was just thinking if you see any other way how the quorum could be calculated, so we essentially increase the quorum. Should it be just like sort of a set static value, or what other adjustments could be made so the quorum grows?
There's no way to change it, so we cannot change it. So there's like we can change the percentage, but that's it. Like the contract is there. We cannot add additional rules.
Okay, and when you set a percentage, so this is like how much of the supply has to be there to reach the quorum? Is that correct? Or what did you mean when you said
percentage of the total supply?
Okay, and right now, do you remember what is it set on? Percentage-wise?
Oh, don't remember. It's either 15 or 40. I think that those were the values that we had in V1, and we used the latest one from V1, but I don't remember which one is it.
Yeah,
it's always calculated at the start of the vote. I think I'm lagging, or I think it's lagging.
Yeah, I see the quorum at the moment is at 33.91 million, with the staked summer supply at 22.03 million supply. Okay, maybe this is also something that could be explored down the road if this change in percentage should occur, or rather maybe also focusing on getting more summer holders to essentially stake. Maybe it's not completely clear to the community, and this is just my best guess, that not everybody is aware how that just by holding summer you don't have the ability to either delegate or directly cast votes on proposals. So maybe this is something to improve on the communication side, and making sure the community understands that only with the staked summer tokens you can vote or delegate. All right. Unless there are any other questions or comments on either these governance processes or the delegate reimbursement framework, maybe I would like to finish up this call, and I really appreciate all of you guys coming up. I think these sort of calls are just making me feel super excited about what's coming. Even though the price action, is we know where we are and what we are on. I think my personal take is really not looking at the price too much. I think I actually do love to be in bear markets, or I prefer to call them build markets, because that's where the people that are really here to make the change stay, and not just ride another wave. So I appreciate all of you guys being here. The security posture that we are taking now, the meta governance, the discussions around delegate incentives, they're really not isolated topics, right? They are kind of like an expression of the same question here. Can lazy summer protocol, can lazy summer DAO sustain high quality decision making as it scales? I'm also loving to see the moves on the DAO risk credit vault, and I'm super excited to see that going forward as well. And I think the answer to this overlapping sort of question depends less on any single SIP that's coming forward, and more on whether we are willing to be honest about the trade-offs and see how we can move forward. So thanks again, everyone who joined. Of course, especially those contributing to the forum. I love to see all you guys participating there. I think that's where really this turns from conversation into commitments. Don't forget to cast your votes. We have some new votes, as previously mentioned, on the telly, so do check them out. Come through to the forum and share your thoughts there. And see you on another call. Thank you so much, everyone.
See ya. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Thank you. Bye-bye.